Welcome back to La Hoosiers, where we talk everything Canada soccer and U.S. soccer. Tonight we're going to be doing a recap on the international friendlies women's match between the USA and Paraguay. Where in this one, the USA thrashes Paraguay around 9-0. And I'll talk about why this game is kind of significant. But in most regards, this was a mismatch, and everybody knew it was a mismatch. Even the U.S. women's team knew it was a mismatch. So, not many things to take away here, I guess, if you're the USA. But I will talk about that later, as I said. But right now, let's go into the starting lineup. So it looks like the USA played a 4-3-3 with Adriana France in net, Crystal Dunn, Tiana Davidson, looks like Becky Sauerbrunn, Kelly O'Hara, and in your midfield you have Christine Mewis, Andy Sullivan, Rosa Vale, and then up top you have Mallory Pugh, Carli Lloyd, the legend, and Lynn Williams. Now this game really gets out of control here in the 6th minute, but before we get ahead of ourselves, I'm going to talk about this more too, but this is actually the farewell for Carli Lloyd, as now that she has 3 games remaining with the U.S. women's team and her legacy is coming to an end, and that means that it's going to be the passing of the torch, and we're going to see who's going to step up next for the U.S. women's team. But without further ado, let's get into the highlights of the match. Where Carli Lloyd in the first 3 minutes, basically, the U.S. tries to have a surprise attack. She has a shot, but it's saved by the Paraguay keeper. However, also in the 3rd minute, she would score as it's a beautiful cross that's off that same corner. And Carli Lloyd just nods it home. It's 1-0 USA. Now she's got goal number 129 internationally. And now she's in the number 4 in the world for all time for best scores. And 1-0 USA. As I said, 5 in the 5th minute. Carli Lloyd is still hungry for more, and she's going to get a lot more, and she's going to eat a lot more, as she has another strike, but it's nearly wide. However, 1 minute shortly after, in the 6th minute, the USA would have a brilliant build-up in the back from a mistake by Paraguay, as a ball is swung into the box, and Carli Lloyd is there to tap it home. No other than Carli Lloyd, and it's there. Now she's tied for 3rd place for the top scorers in the world with 130 international goals. And she just keeps climbing and climbing. And then just like that, USA has 2. She's got 2. And this is going to get really long for Paraguay. 25th minute, a beautiful corner is swung in by Christine Mewis. And Andy Sullivan is there for the USA to nod it home, easy as you like. No one's there to mark her. Paraguay did a poor job marking on set pieces this game. I'm going to talk about that more in depth later. But right now, Paraguay, they are starting to look like a deer in headlights, as, but what can you expect? I mean, they're Paraguay's young. Got to say Paraguay's young. And they've never played the USA, so they had no idea what to expect, which obviously coming into the match, which is why this was a big mismatch. And then, but, USA's still hungry. They're going to keep eating, as Lynn Williams in the 30th minute has a long-distance strike, and just this one dips into the back of the net. Nothing the keeper does. He tries to track it and gets juked out by the ball. It's 4-0 USA. Lynn Williams has her 13th career international goal, and it's, as I said, 4-0. USA ears putting on a clinic. And my, oh my, things get ugly for Paraguay. 34th minute, 4 minutes after that, Sullivan swings a ball into the box, into the mixer, right to no other than Carli Lloyd. And she gets a hat trick. And I think she gets her 9th hattie of all time. And she actually does it with the bottom of her foot as she's being tangled by one of the Paraguayan defenders. She still finds a way out of no way. And now it's 5 for the USA. It's 5-0. And now she's got 131 international goals. So the counter is still going up. And 38th minute, another ball is swung into the box by Lynn Williams. So guess who? If you said Carli Lloyd, you're correct. She taps it in easy as you like. Now she has 132 international goals and 4 goals in this game alone. At this point, someone even made a tweet on Twitter saying she's got 4 goals on 12 touches, which is actually insane. And it's 6-0 USA just in the first half alone. That's where the half ends. They pick it back up right in the 49th minute. Pugh sends a free kick into the mixer to Andy Sullivan. and she nods it away. That's her second of the match. 7-0 for the USA. 7-heaven to the good of Paraguay. And the 61st minute, a corner is swung in by the USA right to Carli Lloyd again. She scores it. That's 5 goals. And she just can't stop scoring. As now it's 8 for the USA to the good of Paraguay. And we go all the way to the 86th minute where Tobin Heath, wide open. She has day and night to shoot. She shoots it. Keeper is nothing that she can do. 9 to the good of Paraguay for the USA. And you really got to start to feel for Paraguay here. There is nothing they could actually do there. They just ran into a machine and just got ripped to shreds. And it's the end of the match. Nueva Acero, and the USA picks it back up and tries to make a statement after a disappointing performance in the Olympics, after falling to Canada to get third place, although they did beat Australia to do that, but USA really wasn't satisfied with that bronze medal, and so they're trying to make a statement and trying to do so for the 2023 World Cup, which is what this focus is on, and this is what we're all looking for in this game. Now, unfortunately, there's no stats provided by Google or ESPN or any of these sources, so unfortunately, we will not have stats in this game, but we do know that there were a lot. We'll just say the USA was dominant. Let's just say that. USA was all over Paraguay from start to finish. They came out blazes. To be honest, do we really need the stats? Because Paraguay just got out. They're just outclassed. The USA was just on another level tonight. And unless Paraguay can get stuff fixed by the 21st in Cincinnati, they might do so again. It's just Paraguay is not there yet. And as I said, they're young. And honestly, as you said, all they can do is just hope that they get experience from this and just really just take something away from these and learn from their mistakes and learn how to play better and just really get up there and compete with some of the top-notch teams like the USA, Canada, and Germany, England, and Australia and Sweden too, of course. But, other than that, what can you really... if you're the USA, what can you take away from this game? You know that this was going to be outmatched. There's no really anything to learn from this. You just beat the dog snot out of Paraguay, a young Paraguay team that everyone knew was going to get beat around, especially when it came to the USA. So, not really much you did. I guess it's just a morale booster, which is exactly what this one is after, a disappointing result in the Olympics. So this is exactly a morale booster, and as well as a farewell tool for Carli Lloyd, which, by the way, how about 5 goals in one game for Carli Lloyd just alone? This is what the USA is going to be missing. Yes, she did her part for the national team, and unfortunately it's time to pass the torch, but that can also open room for new exciting talent that we can see within the women's national team in the USA. So we'll see as which young prospects are going to come up. There's already 3 that might be on the rise, but there's probably going to be more. And there's going to maybe be a new Carli Lloyd at some point. It's just, she's definitely one of the best U.S. national team players I've seen in my lifetime. I was too young to remember Mia Hamm. And so, but Carli Lloyd is definitely my icon of the U.S. women's team that everybody aspired to look up to, and definitely had a big impact in the world, in U.S. soccer, especially with the women. So, as I said, she's on her farewell tour, so right now for her, it's all about just having fun. Just, what she did tonight. 5 goals, she was enjoying herself. You could tell that she was hungry to get that 6th and second hat trick. And so that was just astonishing and fun to watch, too. And by the way, where's Ryan Anderson when you need him? Because what the USA women's did to the Paraguay today was Exterminator. Ryan Anderson does it better than me, but where's he when you need him? He does it perfectly. He would be perfect in this situation, as the USA just exterminated Paraguay here. As I said, who called the Exterminator? This was brutal. This was not just getting taken behind a woodshed. This was just flat out being obliterated. Ah, man. But, as I said, Paraguay was helpless. Nothing they could really do besides just really hope that they can learn from this and really just turn things around in Cincinnati as they can hope to really stop the bleeding and really contain the USA from really destroying them on set pieces. That's really the story of the game, if you want to really be precise, is set pieces. You know, Paraguay got torn apart on U.S. set pieces, as I said, and I mean, there's no way. They weren't even marking Carli Lloyd, like, for crying out loud. She scored 5 goals, and even after the fifth, no one was still marking her. I mean, you would think that you would learn after just 1 goal, right? Let alone 2 or even a hat trick, but 5. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, if a player is hot, you got a container, or them. That goes for both men and women. If a player is hot, you got to contain them. Why would you leave them wide open, just to, I don't know. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. But hey, now Paraguay knows who number 10 is for the USA, and maybe they'll do a better job marking her coming up in Cincinnati. But, as I said many times already, Paraguay's young. Still got to give them time. This is a mismatch, and they still got one more game to take that they could get thrashed around coming up. But it is what it is. This is a learning experience. You better than just hope to know what to do the next time you come against another giant like the USA or Canada. But as I said, we'll see what they do in Cincinnati. For now, I mean, this is pretty much it. USA is trying to show that they're really going to start, I think, in the next games, show their young talent, showcasing what they have after Carli Lloyd is gone for the 2023 Olympics. So this is what these next games are about for the USA, is just showcasing this talent and really just saying who's next on the horizon. But other than that, that pretty much does it for this one. If you like it, make sure you like, share, subscribe it, tell all your friends about it, and also tell all your friends that the USA has kicked Paraguay like a can. Nueva Acero.